एग्जामिनेशन की प्रिपरेशन अगर आप इंग्लिश मीडियम में करना चाहते हैं देन यू आर एट द राइट प्लेस. चेंज द मीडियम फॉर यूपीएससी इज द न्यू ऑफ चैनल. डू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल एंड शेयर अमंग ऑल द हिंदी मीडियम एस्पिरेंट्स, जिससे ज़्यादा जो हिंदी मीडियम के एस्पिरेंट्स हैं जो अपने मीडियम को हिंदी मीडियम से इंग्लिश मीडियम में शिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं, जिससे कि इनके सिलेक्शन के चांसेस और ज़्यादा इनहेंस हो सके. राइट नाउ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन कि आपको इंग्लिश कैसे सीखनी है. हाउ वन हिंदी मीडियम एस्पिरेंट कैन स्टार्ट रीडिंग द हिंदू और द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस न्यूज़पेपर. राइट यू शुड स्टार्ट लिसनिंग थिंग्स more and more into English. Right, this will help you slowly. You just listen it for a matter of like 1 week or a month. You see that how your understanding will improve. Right, so today we are going to see the time tested friendship. A time tested friendship means एक लंबी जो friendship रही है, means almost 75 years. India and Switzerland relationship हम देखने जा रहे हैं. Right, so ये Indian Express का article है, or rather we can say it's like small kind of editorial. Okay, so a time tested friendship. So Swiss Indian partnership has withstood geopolitical churns and grown for 75 years. So like we have completed 75 years of India Switzerland partnership. Right, so let us see that how things are important, what kind of things are important. Right, so this particular editorial is written by Mr. Ralph Heckner. He is the diplomat, okay, and ambassador, you can say, of the Switzerland to the India and Bhutan. Right, so he has written this, and here you can see the writer is ambassador of Switzerland to India and Bhutan. Right, so this becomes quite important because this is written by a very wise person. Okay, so let's get started. So he is sharing his journey and how he sees the relationship between the Switzerland and India. Okay, so I arrived in India. He's saying that I arrived in India. मैं भारत पहुंचा. I arrived in India in September 2020. So ये 2020 में सितंबर में इंडिया आए. Right, it is then that I learned that the treaty of friendship and establishment between Switzerland and India of 1948. तो जो एक ट्रीटी, जो एक संधि साइन की गई थी, वो किसकी थी? फ्रेंडशिप की एंड एस्टैब्लिशमेंट बिटवीन स्विट्जरलैंड एंड इंडिया ऑफ 1948. 1948 में इंडिया ने एक ट्रीटी साइन की थी स्विट्जरलैंड के साथ. Was the first of its kind and one of the very first bilateral agreement. So one of the very first bilateral agreement. तो जो इंडिया ने 1948 में कुछ वो ऐसी कंट्रीज थी जिनमें से स्विट्जरलैंड भी एक था जिसके साथ फर्स्ट बायलैटरल एग्रीमेंट इंडिया ने साइन किया था. राइट, कंक्लूडेड बाय न्यूली इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया. आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड दैट इंडिया हैज चोजन स्विट्जरलैंड एज वन ऑफ इट्स फर्स्ट फ्रेंड्स. तो इन्होंने लिखा कि मैं बहुत ही सरप्राइज था कि इंडिया ने कैसे स्विट्जरलैंड को अपने बहुत सारे जो स्टार्टिंग के जो दोस्त थे उनमें से स्विट्जरलैंड को भी चुना. राइट, सो टुडे मार्क 75 ईयर्स. सो आज 75 ईयर्स कंप्लीट हो रहे हैं. राइट, सो टुडे मार्क 75 ईयर्स सिंस दिस ट्रीटी वाज साइन. राइट, तो ये ट्रीटी जो साइन हुई थी 1948 में, द ट्रीटी ऑफ फ्रेंडशिप एंड एस्टैब्लिशमेंट बिटवीन स्विट्जरलैंड एंड इंडिया. ओके, तो आज उसके 75 ईयर्स कंप्लीट हो रहे हैं. ओके, सो 7.5 decades मीन 75 ईयर्स okay of friendship is a milestone that necessitates a reflection on our accomplishment. तो ये बोल रहे हैं कि अभी तक in 75 years में what all we have achieved. Right, so that we are need to look at. Right, so it just required some kind of reflection that what India and Switzerland in the 75 years of its friendship has achieved. Okay, so and even more importantly and with future generations in mind, an examination of the potential of the future holds for this particular relationship. Right, so here the author tries to say is that we have completed 75 years of the friendship. Right, so what kind of actually potential, okay, and the capacity the future holds for this particular relationship. Right, so this is what we are going to understand. So basically in the 75 years what India has done and what are the plans for the future, okay, between the India and Switzerland relationship, that's what we are going to see. Hindi medium aspirants, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा you start listening things into English. Right, that's what will make sense. Right, and then you read the editorial. Once you listen this explanation, it will definitely help you. Right, so the only way for the Hindi medium aspirants is to change the medium and can enhance their chances of getting into the civil service examination. There is no other way out. Okay, so it is not my intention to give a detailed list of the achievement of this friendship that has covered areas ranging from vocational training, milk production and manufacturing to collaboration in health, climate and information technology. So he's saying that his intention is not that he will be just citing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 kind of points that okay, these kind of achievements that the friendship of Switzerland and India has achieved. Okay, so he is just saying that the areas where India and Switzerland was involved, okay, so it was like vocational trainings and milk production areas and manufacturing to the collaboration in the health. Okay, so in the health sector, whatever kind of equipments it was required, so it was being helpful for India and Switzerland together. Okay, and the climate and information technology also means IT. Okay, so India is the role model into this, you can say. Okay, so I'll focus on what seems to me to be the most notable aspects of our partnership. So he's saying that, okay, not only vocational training, milk production, and manufacturing to collaboration in health, climate, and information technology, he will be more focusing on that. What is the most notable aspect, means what is the most important aspect of the friendship, right? So immediately after India's independence, Switzerland invested in the people of India. He said that once India got independence, Switzerland immediately invested in the people of India and in India's youth, farmers, and workers by setting up vocational training institutions. Okay, so as India got independent, okay, what Switzerland did is that it helped India in setting up vocational training institutions in Chandigarh, okay, milk farmer cooperatives in Kerala, okay, and rail wagons factories in Tamil Nadu. So some of these still exist. So this is what Switzerland has done so far, right? So this we can take the note of that what Switzerland has done so far. Okay, now India's expertise in information technology has been one of the cornerstones of Swiss-India relationship that has greatly benefited enterprises in Switzerland. So he's saying that since India is the leader in the information technology, right? Since India is the leader in the information technology, and that was actually the cornerstone. Okay, means cornerstone means this was the main point. Okay, this was the main point or the foundation or the basic points on which the India Switzerland relations has greatly benefited, right? On it mostly benefited the enterprises in Switzerland, right? Be it to fixing the millennium bug. Okay, so there was a kind of millennium bug which was helped from India to get it fixed into the Switzerland, right? So more recently to support the Swiss industry, okay, and India is also helping the Swiss industry, okay, in its march towards digital transformation, because Switzerland is also doing the digital transformation. So India's help is really really crucial. That's what is being talked about by the ambassador of Switzerland. Okay, so the next one is one recent collaboration between Swiss and Indian scientists, means recent collaborations जो भी साथ में मिलकर के अभी अभी हाल ही में कुछ जो है इंडिया एंड स्विट्जरलैंड साथ में मिलकर के कर रहे हैं, जो वैज्ञानिक हैं, इंडिया के वैज्ञानिक हैं और स्विस के जो वैज्ञानिक, राइट? So has been the development of limestone calcined clay cement, right? So this particular cement has been created. Okay, so Indian and Swiss scientists are doing some kind of work together on this. So limestone calcined clay cement, so this is very important. This may come into the examination of the prelims, right? A climate friendly. So now what is limestone calcined clay cement? It is a climate friendly alternative to conventional cement, means whatever the cement that we have been using or seeing in India, this is going to be the alternative for this, right? So we're going to be using this limestone calcined clay cement instead of the conventional cement that we have been using, and it is responsible for up to 8% of carbon dioxide emission globally. So this conventional cement that we have been using so far, it is responsible for the 8% of the carbon dioxide emissions globally, right? So that means this is going to be helpful for the climate change also, right? So LC3, so why it is called LC3? See here, see, L for limestone, okay, and C for calcine. So one C, clay is another C, and cement is third C. So that is why LC3 is 30 to 40% less carbon intensive, right? So when we'll be using this limestone calcined clay cement, it is going to be 30 to 40% less carbon intensive. Means it will be very helpful in gaining the goals that we have set up for ourselves in the climate change, right? So it could make a tangible impact in reducing global carbon footprint, right? So basically global carbon footprint, that means we will be helping the world by using this LC3 cement, okay, so that the carbon footprints could be reduced. Okay, so the standard for LC3 were published in the Gazette of India in June. Okay, this means LC3 can now be used in India's construction industry. So now, since this LC3 has been published in the Gazette of India, okay, in the Gazette of India, so now it can be used in the construction industry in India. So India and Switzerland have together provided a revolutionary new option for the cement industry. Means it is a revolutionary option, right? It is a revolutionary option that India and Switzerland have produced together, okay, in the cement industry, with great benefits for the global climate. So it will be having a very very great kind of good benefits for the global climates too, right? So this is the LC3, right? So LC3 is one of the most important things. So if the examination, if this particular question is being asked in the examination, we'll be able to write this, right? LC3 is the most important thing. Okay, so now both countries are making significant contributions when it comes to collaborating to build a sustainable future, right? So this will be definitely helpful in the sustainable future also. So Switzerland is the 12th largest foreign investor in India. So this fact we need to remember. Okay, that Switzerland is the 12th largest foreign investor in India. Over 330 subsidiaries, joint venture, branches, and liaison offices of Swiss companies are active in India. Means more than 330 subsidiaries companies of the Switzerland are working in India. Okay, a substantial number of them are manufacturing. So most of the companies of the Switzerland are focusing on the manufacturing sector in India. Okay, and are exporting from India. Means they're stationed in India, they manufacture here in India, and they export from India, right? So Switzerland is mostly a partner of India in the manufacturing sector. Okay, Switzerland is deeply invested in India's economic growth. So since it is, since it is like mostly focused in the manufacturing sector, so it will definitely help in the India's economic growth also, right? So it is remarkable that the friendship between our two nations, despite the shifting geographical sands, has grown from strength to strength in 75 years. Means no matter whatever has been the circumstances so far, the relationship between the India and the Switzerland keep on growing in these 75 years. Okay, so while it is not part of many mandate as a diplomat to look into a crystal ball, so as a diplomat, he's saying that it is not his duty actually to look into the crystal ball or to the most important issues between the India and the Switzerland, but he says that I hope I may be allowed to make an exception on this auspicious day. So he said that okay, but exceptionally I will be just making, because India is going to witness the 76th independence day, right? So on this auspicious day he's talking about that he will be making some arguments or some kind of thing, right? Going forward, India will be a country of choice for Swiss companies, researchers, and innovators. So he's saying that going forward means ahead in the time, okay, India will be a country which will be chosen by the Swiss companies and the researchers and the innovators. Okay, the future of Swiss Indian friendship will be defined by cooperation in three specific areas. Okay, so now what are those three most important areas where the relationship or the friendship between the India and the Swiss, okay, how it will grow? So that we're gonna see. So working towards a sustainable future. So first thing is that India and Switzerland together will work towards a sustainable future. Second is that deepening collaboration in healthcare. Okay, in healthcare for global good. Okay, in global good, and cooperation in technology for the benefit of humanity. So cooperation in the what? Technology, and for what? For the benefit of the humanity. So see the vibrant goals, see the robust goal, okay, see the robust vision between the India and Swiss relation, right? So our countries are actively working to establish a Swiss Indian innovation platform, right? So in future, Swiss Indian innovation platform will be established. Okay, that will bring together the best universities in both countries. So that will be a collaboration of the best countries. Okay, that will be the collaboration of the best universities in both the countries. Okay, and the best innovative Swiss and Indian enterprises and the best companies in the innovation sector in the India and the Swiss also, right? So this is what a Swiss Indian innovation platform will be set up. Okay, so this is the second most important thing, right? First is the limestone calcined clay cement, right? Now India leads the world when it comes to putting technology to use for the welfare of its citizens, right? So India is leading the world in the technology, right? So Switzerland ranks number one when it comes to innovation, and Switzerland is number one in the innovation. Okay, नवाचार करने में नई नई चीज़ों को खोजने में, right? So India takes a center stage at the pharmacy of the world. So India is called as the pharmacy of the world. Okay, while Swiss pharma companies are known for their innovations, and the Swiss pharma companies, they are known and they are like famous for their innovation, right? The official launch of this Swiss Indian innovation platform in October. Okay, so this is also one of the most important thing, that the Swiss Indian innovation platform. So these are one of the key points that we can note down, right? So Swiss Indian innovation platform in October will therefore focus on one of the most pressing global health risks, right? So most pressing means most important, most concerning global health risk. What is that? Antimicrobial resistance, right? Antimicrobial resistance. So a free trade agreements. Now let's talk about the free trade agreement between the European Free Trade Association. So European Free Trade Association comprising of Iceland, okay, Liechtenstein, and Norway, and Switzerland. Okay, so these are the four countries which are part of the free trade agreement between the European Free Trade Association and India. Okay, so it's also on the horizon. So this can also be seen in the future in the operative mode. Okay, So this game changer agreement will be a win-win for all sides. So if this particular agreement comes to a kind of achieved kind of a situation, so this will be a win-win situation for both the sides, means India and the European trade and the European Free Trade Association also. Okay, so not only by way of deeper trading ties, okay, so not only by way of deeper trade ties means we'll be having very deep, very kind of important, very close, very robust, strong trade ties between these two countries, but a prosperity by way of increased investment, and the investment in India will also be increased, and the innovations also, right, in the Switzerland and India both, right? So the friendship between the countries is based on mutual respect. So the author is saying that the friendship between the two countries is based on the mutual respect. That means we respect each other, right? And common interest, and we both have the common interest. Okay, we have good values, right? We work for the humanity. Okay, we work for the sustainable future. Okay, and shared values. Okay, so Swiss Indian friendship is one of the few examples of such time tested friendship. So it is very time. It's like 75 years. Okay, it's been 75 years of India-Swiss relationship, right? And 7.5 decades of this unalterable bond. Means unalterable means something that has not been changed so far, or nothing sort of a trust with destiny. Okay, so as Pandit Nehru said, the trust with destiny. Okay, so moment for our two countries. So it is like the trust with it. So it is like the destiny has actually destined for these two countries, right, to be together and to work together. Okay, both our countries share a common vision and are working towards achievement, and working towards achieving it for the good of our people, right? So both the countries have the vision that they are working towards achieving the good, means achieving the good for our people, right? So this is the editorial of the Indian Express, right? Hindi medium students, start listening things more and more into English. This will be definitely helpful for you, and take out the important points, okay, and make the notes out of that, and write the answer and speak what you have learned on the WhatsApp number that is given on the channel. See you in the next video.